The bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just outside the front door of our location today, the Staples Center. Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for that game against the Warriors, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Shamit and George at the 2 and the 3. Under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle, and it's Williams at the 1 spot. What great athleticism with both these teams. I mean, every move so graceful, so skilled. I mean, majestic.
It is, Kevin. There's an explosiveness. There's this speed that is absolutely incredible to watch. Every possession up and down the floor could have the potential highlight reel.
Now here's Leonard. Over Gallinari. Pocket 6. The rebound by Steven Adams. And Adams has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
How about the shooting percentage, though? In the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know.
I think indicative of some breakdowns in their offensive execution. You don't create any open looks, and they couldn't make the ones they were taking.
Paul with the ball. Williams picks him up. Here's Gallinari. Now last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
First one falls for him. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Williams looking over the floor. Paul with the steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and that one is stuffed right through.
And it's no secret that Paul is an energetic defender, constantly swiping at the ball and ripping away steals.
Here's Williams. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Outside Leonard. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. That one drops for him.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. Looking for their first basket of the game. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
It's a fairly even matchup, and both sides want to take that leap into the league's upper echelon. So let's see what signs we see of progress tonight.
Here's Paul. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Pass to Gallinari. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Harrell. His last outing, he had 8 points. Over in the corner, Williams. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Floats it up there for Harrell. It's stolen by Adams.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance shot. Adams' shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Williams against Paul. Here's Harrell, and Adams sends it back.
Well, so good at anticipating when shots are going to go up. Steven Adams, terrific protecting the basket.
Here's Paul. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every night with an average of 20 points a game. Over Williams, and he overshot that one, missing. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 6. And that one's good. Shemet.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan, and a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George, who is a threat from distance and at the rim. They can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
Thank you, David. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Leonard missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 4. Beverly, the pass to Shemet. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Clippers. They're in 2nd, looking to take over the 1st spot. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, 5.5 games behind.
You know, for Los Angeles, they're one of the teams that's caught everybody off guard. This season has gone about as well as they could have hoped for early on.
Absolutely, Greg. You can tell they are relishing their status as underdogs. It has fueled an impressive start.
Drills it from outside. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebounder.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
Here's Paul. Again, the Thunder score. Here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard on the wing. Back to Shemet. The pass to George. 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Tries again. Oh, that's blocked. Paul against Beverly. Shoots from 14. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 6. Clippers trail by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard to halt the run, and the layup is up and in. He has 5.
Oh, good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
The Thunder leading by 7. Paul outside. Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 10-footer. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard. Finished off the break. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Lets a floater go. Paul's shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Thunder have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's defended by Harrell. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Ferguson. 5 to shoot. Pass to Adams. Shoots over Shamet. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Shamet. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Clippers trail by 3. And Beverly kicks to Shamet. The putback, and Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got 9.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And the Raptors went all in trading for Kawhi Leonard last season, Doris. Great talent surrounding him in Toronto. But this past summer, he decided to move on.
But, Kevin, a championship makes the gamble worthwhile if you were Toronto. For Kawhi, any team he plays on is going to have a chance to win. And now this young man, a champion, starts a new chapter.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Harkless is checked in for George. And Rodney McGruder's subbed in for Landry Shamet. And here now the Thunder. Schroeder, right side, over Beverly. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, a little bit of a comfort zone for Dennis Schroeder. He just needs just a touch of separation, and he's ready to fire.
And Beverly kicks to Harkless. Now Green, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Over in the corner, Zubac. Pass to Green. Just 3 to shoot over Noel. And it's Noel with the rebound.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 19-point game against Philadelphia. There's the pass to Robertson. Back to Schroeder. The 3. That shot off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Bobbed up there for Green.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Oklahoma City trailing. Now here's Robertson. No points in the game yet for him. Adams outside. Schroeder outside. And the rejection by Zubac. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Mike Muscala is checked in for Steven Adams. LA has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes it to Harkless. Here's McGruder. On the wing, Green. Over Muscala. Not going to go that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Ball's knocked loose. Fast break. Here we go. Beverly wide open. Misses the three. Oklahoma City's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Baisley. Green with the block. Schroeder against Beverly. He gets it in there. Beverly's got his second bucket tonight.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Here's Noel. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
1:04 left in the first quarter. Outside, Green. Wants to get it to Zubas, and does. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
And the first one at the line is good. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Schroeder. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lobbed up there for Schroeder. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And it's Baisley with the rebound. Pass to Robertson. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Andre Robertson. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then it's Noel. And it's Baisley in at the 3 spot. Thunder trailing by 4. Here's Schroeder. Pass to Robertson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Muscala. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Clippers leading by 4. Harkless dishes to Williams. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Thunder. Doesn't go that time. Excellent D there from Williams. Here's Harkless. Outside Williams. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
The first free throw is good. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day-by-day question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Basket counts. Williams has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Schroeder with the ball. Williams picks him up. Now the pass to Robertson. Back to Schroeder. Good D by Williams.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Down low. And that one's good. Beverly. And now a 10-point Clipper lead.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Green. George is checked in for Harkless. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Ferguson. He kicks it to Gallinari. To the paint. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 8 on the basket for Muscala.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Now here's Williams. 6 points for him. To the inside, Leonard. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Leonard's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Clippers. For Oklahoma City, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Ball finds Gallinari. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner for 3. And Gallinari is good for 3. Gallinari's got 5.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
And here is Shamet. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Atlanta.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
Kicks it out to Paul. Inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Gallinari.
Reason number one, CP3 is out there, making strong passes, keeping the offense flowing.
Now here's Williams. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. And Leonard has it in the corner. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Gallinari outside. Passes it to Muscala. Kicks it to Paul. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Williams passes to Shamet. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Kicks it out to Paul. Takes the 3. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists tonight. Williams against Paul. Outside Williams. Shamet on the wing. Here's Harrell. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Throw good, Lou Williams. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. And this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Here's Williams following the basket by Chris Paul. Outside Williams, pass to Leonard, over Gallinari, and that one hits back iron. Thunder trailing by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
I thought his physicality was crucial too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line.
Here's George. The Thunder making the shot. On the wing, Williams. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Paul. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Shamet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with it. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Thunder trailing by 4. Here's Paul. 11 points in the game. Here's the lob to Adams. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, the New Zealander shows a little hops on the alley-oop.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game, and that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Here's Leonard. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Ferguson for 3, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists now in the game. The Clippers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. And Leonard has it in the corner. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
And how about the numbers here for Kawhi Leonard? Putting up about 25 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Now here's Paul. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every night with an average of 20 points a game. Adams' shot is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Paul against Beverly. Pass to Shamet. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Shamet's got 4 points this quarter. And the Thunder with possession. They're on a 16-6 run. The pass to Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around. A nice shot by Gallinari.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Beverly. 8 points his last outing. Passes it to Shamet. Dishes it to Leonard. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
George finds Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 15.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Now Paul, 11 points in the game. Pass to Ferguson. 1:15 left to play here in the half. Here's Gallinari. And here's a look at some numbers for Gallinari.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for Leonard. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Landry Shamet. Then for the Thunder, Noel's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Back to Beverly. Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 4 assists now tonight. 54 seconds left in the first half. Now here's Robertson, defended by George. Down low. And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, you have to take advantage of the chippies when you get them. Nice job by Dennis Schroeder in close.
11 feet away. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. He can't get that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's George on the wing. Pass to Harkless. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3, and George is good for 3. George has got 7 points here in this quarter.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Schroeder, and that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Clippers lead by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking out open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
They did some good things, but the defense could have been much better. They allowed too many open looks, allowed the other team to make over half his shots. Some of that is not getting enough pressure on the ball, not really contesting at the rim. They look good, but not good enough.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. And it's Williams at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And Adams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over George. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And the Clippers have possession. And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. Knocks it loose. The pass to Shamet. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. He hits both from the stripe. Thunder trailing by 3. Poked away and stolen by Williams. Harrell dishes to Leonard. Lob pass to George. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer. He is a high flyer.
Oklahoma City's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Ball against Williams. There's the 3. Another shot. Here's Adams. And the rejection by Harold. Hacked on the shot, and he'll head to the line. George. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they would be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
The first one falls. Molinari hits them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
George looking around. Here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George. 10 points for Lou Williams.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Thunder trailing by 5. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick in Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
That free throw, no good. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
And the second free throw, good. Clippers leading by 4. Outside, George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Molinari wide open. Off target with his 3.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Williams. Harrell. The rebound by Steven Adams. Thunder trailing by 4. Pass to Ferguson. To the inside, and Adams with the slam.
Well, Steven Adams is a formidable presence on the interior. Nice finish.
Williams kicks to Harrell. Outside, George. Gallinari with the rebound. Oklahoma City has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the paint. Got a piece of it and taken away by Paul. And now the fast break. Gallinari with the ball. Here's Adams, and it's all evened up. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, the strength and the activity of Steven Adams makes him a force on the backboards.
Williams passes to Leonard. Oh!
My goodness. Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Ball against Williams. Now here's Paul. He's got 11. Right wing, 6 to shoot. So they take the lead. Ferguson's got 11 points.
And the future Hall of Famer loves to dish the rock. Paul has a pass-first mentality. He makes everyone around him better.
Now here's Williams. 10 points for him. And Leonard has it in the corner. Pass to Shamet. And no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's the lob to Adams, and Adams with the slam. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City. It's a one-point game. Pass to Adams. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. He's defended by Harrell. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Paul. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And guys, when Paul kicks it up a notch, it's thrilling to watch. Always in attack mode. Great at looking for his shot and making the D pay.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Paul George. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Paul, and too long on the shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, guys, Kawhi may not have averaged 20 points per game until his 5th season, but now it happens with regularity.
Oklahoma City's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Muscala finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking to get back on track here, and yes, it's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
He had a nice open look right there. 16 points for him.
Well, after netting 1 in the first half, that's the 2nd deep ball to go down for this guy.
A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. And there's the pass to Paul. Goes up on the high post. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. Here's Shamet. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. The baseline J off the mark. The Thunder have gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Zubac is checked in for Landry Shamet. Then for the Thunder, Nerlens Noel checks in for Mike Muscala. Andre Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Here's Baisley, still looking for his first bucket in this one. No good. Great D that time from Leonard. Williams inside. He's guarded by Schroeder. Williams gets the bucket. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Harrell, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Here's Schroeder. The putback. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Leonard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. The free throw drops for Leonard. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
It took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding the trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the fourth if they just have a few more possessions like that.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Here's Beverly. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Thunder trailing by 12. And here's Schroeder. He has 6. Just 5 to shoot. They could use a bucket. The rebound by Paul George. George has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
And he's known as the Claw, Kawhi Leonard Doris, with some of the biggest hands in the NBA.
Well, consider, Kevin, that hand is over 11 inches from thumb to pinky. That's 52% wider than the normal hand. Basically, his hands correspond to a person who would be almost 9 feet tall. Incredible.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Here's Robertson after the basket by Los Angeles. Schroeder passes to Adams. Back to Schroeder. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. The Thunder with another miss.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now, here's Robertson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Adams outside. Schroeder with the ball. Now Green defending. It's stolen by Green. Here's Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steven Adams picks one up.
And throughout his career, Beverly has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
First free throw is good. Harkless is checked in for the Clippers. Both free throws good from Beverly. 1:35 left in the third quarter. Schroeder outside. Just 5 on the clock. Poked loose. Harkless on the wing. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Gallinari. Averaging about 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
And that one misses. And the Thunder making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. And he's good on the second. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Passes to Noel. Gallinari outside. Back to Noel. Harkless comes with a double team. Oh, the lob to Gallinari.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Clippers leading by 18. Beverly with the ball. He's got 11. Left side, George. Over Robertson. It's rebounded by Robertson. Oklahoma City's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Gallinari dishes to Robertson. Back to Gallinari. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Schroeder, and he's good on the 3-ball. Schroeder's got 9.
Well, you have to at least honor the long ball from Dennis Schroeder. He is more than capable from that distance.
Beverly, the pass to Green. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Here's Schroeder. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Clippers leading by 15. So for Oklahoma City right now, Ferguson out there with Gallinari. Then it's Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Robertson in at the 2. Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Ferguson. He kicks to Robertson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Zubats. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. LA has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Ferguson with the rebound.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And Beverly, not a volume playmaker, but he always makes smart decisions with the basketball.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Schroeder against Beverly. Here's Schroeder. Gallinari outside. No good from outside.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And Beverly kicks to Harkless. Beverly dishes to Harkless. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And that one's good. Beverly. And the Clippers lead by 15.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And the Thunder with the possession here after the basket by Los Angeles. Beverly against Schroeder. Gallinari left side. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Zubats, a second chance effort. The shot, no good. Thunder trailing by 15. To the middle, here's Schroeder. The shot missing. Great D that time from Green. That's good for George on the assist by Harkless. Harkless has got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Noel finds Schroeder. There's Gallinari with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Beverly the pass to Zubats. Outside, George. Back to Beverly. And another shot. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Oklahoma City. Now here's Schroeder. Got it from 16 feet.
Well, it's no secret that Dennis Schroeder has tons of confidence. You can see it on that pull-up jumper right there.
Here's Beverly. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight, Greg. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the basket by Los Angeles. Nobody near Schroeder. Knocks down the 3 ball. Schroeder's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, rhythm, confidence. When Schroeder is pulling the trigger, you know he's feeling it.
Beverly against Schroeder. Beverly the pass to Zubats. Harkless with it. Fade away. 5 to shoot.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Ferguson for three. Doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now, here's Shamet. D right on him. No good that time. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his third foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Zubac. Paul George comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Here's Schroeder. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Here's Shamet, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 16. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Harrell. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. It's Williams with the drive. Here's George. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. George has got 6 in the quarter.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
Thunder trailing by 18. Schroeder outside. Over Harrell. And it's Schroeder missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Shots good by Williams.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Oklahoma City's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Schroeder. The three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Fades and shoots. And a little luck that time, but it drops. 31 points for Leonard.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Thunder. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Now here's Leonard. Back to Shamet. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. That one misses for Paul.
And the future Hall of Famer continues to get it done. Paul is a special point guard who just wants to win.
Thunder trailing by 18. Here's Ferguson. And the layup's good off the glass. Ferguson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
And the pass to Shamet. Connects in the foul line jumper. And the Clippers lead by 18.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Paul looking over the floor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Leonard against Gallinari. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And here is Los Angeles now. Down low. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Here's Paul. Teams, if they can keep the rights to their best player, we see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
And here is Shamet following the 3 from Chris Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Shamet the pass to George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George suffered, what was it, about 5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
That free throw good from George.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. 19-point game. Lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got 20.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Pass to Shamet. To the inside, George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. And both free throws good for Paul George. Thunder trailing by 19. To the paint. Here's Paul. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Harrell. Williams against Paul.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade, you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the fourth. Yes, that goes in. Roberson's got 4 this quarter.
How about the long strides on his way to the cup? Andre Roberson sees the lane and takes it.
Here's Magruder. Pass to Robinson. Inside. Here's Kevin Gilly. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Los Angeles.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kawhi Leonard.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
And that one falls for Robinson. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
That free throw good from Patterson.
You know, Kev, I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school. Major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
And Patterson drops them both. The Thunder shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Here's Patton. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, off the mark from 16 feet out. Robinson left side, and stolen by Robertson. Pass to Burton. Here's Nader. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Patton, the pass to Burton. And not sure what he was thinking there. Here's Magruder. There's the dish to George. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.